Hello. Today we're going to talk about when you receive invoices from SW Remote, how you can log in and ultimately pay those invoices and set up the autopay account for them. So when you receive the invoice from SW Remote, you're going to receive an email from webmaster at Invoices Anywhere, and it's going to be a notification of a new SW Remote invoice. You're going to see the invoice right here. You can even click on the PDF here to open that invoice to view it. After you view the invoice, you can go ahead and click on the link to open up Invoices Anywhere. Once you open Invoices Anywhere, a second email is going to show up now with your Invoices Anywhere username login credentials. The second email address is going to come from one of the support members at SW Remote. With that is going to be a link to Invoices Anywhere and some information about your login credentials. Your login credentials will be right here. You will go ahead and select your username. You can copy it, go back to Invoices Anywhere, and insert it there. Go back to the email address and check now your password, copy it, go back to Invoices Anywhere, and put it in there. Once you load in the login information, you click Login, and it's going to prompt you to a new screen where you log into Invoices Anywhere. The first message that's going to pop up is asking you to reset your password. This will allow you to change the password to be something you are familiar with. With the password, there is a certain minimum character length that you must follow. First, you put in your original password, and then you can go change it to be your new password. Once you're done, you click Change Password, and that will change your password and log you into Invoices Anywhere. Inside Invoices Anywhere, this is where you can do things such as view your invoices and set up the autopay settings. The first thing you may want to do is click the View Transactions report. And this will show any of the open invoices that you may have from SW Remote. With that, you'll see the invoice, the amount, the date, as well as an option to pay it. You may check off this invoice and then click Pay, and to pay that individual invoice. In addition, you may click on the PDF here to load up the invoice so that you have the invoice there in front of you. You can then print it out for your own records. Once you're done viewing the transactions, you can hit close and head back to the main menu of the Invoices Anywhere. Another requirement is SW Remote requires you to set up autopay for all of your SW Remote invoices. To do that, you hit the autopay settings button right here. This will allow you to now log in and manage your autopay settings. The first thing you must do when you add autopay is to go in and add a funding source. You do that by hitting Add. This will allow you then to add a funding source for SW Remote. You can then select the payment method, whether that method be an ACH or a credit card. For this example, I'm going to click credit card. Then click Continue, and it's going to move you forward where you can then go through and add the autopay information. You can first go in and add the credit card number. In addition, you can add the expiration date. You can also go down and add the name, company, and go ahead and add the address. In addition, you can add your phone number and the email address that you would like the receipts to go to. Once you add that information, you go ahead and click Save. Once you save the credit card, it's going to bring you back to the autopay settings. You will see that you now have a funding source here. For me, I have the credit card that I added. I can now go through and add some additional information for my autopay settings. I can set a maximum amount, or the full amount of the invoice that I would allow paid without SW Remote notifying me. In addition, you can set the start date and the end date. So for example, I want this to start today and I'm going to have it go for 20 years so that it'll pay my monthly invoices going forward. In addition, I can select when the invoices are going to get paid. So for example, I can set it to be whenever an invoice is due, only on a specific day of the month, or on the specific day of the month, I can pay all open invoices. I can select any one of those options. Once I'm done, I click Save, and that will save this information. Lastly, after saving it, I want to go back into AutoPay settings and enable the AutoPay settings. I enable it and click Save, and that will now turn on the AutoPay account for the SW Remote invoices. Now those SW Remote invoices will be paid once the AutoPay goes through. In addition to setting up AutoPay, I can go through and do a couple of other things as well. I can reprint receipts. So if I wanted to go back and take a look at any of my receipts, I could select in here and print them out. I can also view disputes. If I happen to dispute an invoice, I can come inside here to view them. In addition to that, I can change the preferences. So if I click Preferences here, I can change my password, the contact information, and manage the AutoPay settings. So that's how I go through and I view my transactions and set up my AutoPay. Once I'm complete, I hit Log Out, and that will log me out of Invoices Anywhere. Thank you.